Mountain House High School. This is our first sneak peek of our construction site. I have Alicia on my left and Thomas on my right. They're students. They're still learning the tour, so I'm going to do most of the talking, but you can ask them questions about how excited they are about this, because they are, right? Yeah. Right. Extreme. Okay, this is a great place to start our tour because, as you can see, they've planted the grass and you can see the green tinge. Ooh. It's great. What you're looking at right now is over here you have your baseball field. You have in the middle the soccer field and playing field. On the far end you have a softball field. Both the softball and the baseball fields will have scoreboards, real dugouts, there's a batting cage, all kinds of great stuff over here.
And a bullpen.
And a bullpen, yes. So we have all that stuff going on. That's what you're looking at, this area. Over here you see the steel girder building over here. This is our large classroom building that will be done in December. So we won't move in with this one open. We will have plenty of room in our administration and classroom building that you'll see later. Some of the fun things about these buildings, there's classrooms and science labs in this building. First floor is about 31,000 square feet and the second floor is about 29,000 square feet. 2,300 yards of concrete for the first floor slab and the second floor slab and the roof deck. And there's mammoth rooftop air units. That's the brand name of it. Kind of a fun fact about our fields is this baseball field, if you go from this baseball field and diagonally the last point where we're going to be on the football field, between here and there's a 23-foot elevation difference from this side of campus to that side of campus. So it's kind of cool. We're 23 feet higher now than we are when we will end the tour.
Yeah, I do think that
Was there a way we could test that?
I'd like to thank, first of all, Michelle from Turner Construction, who's here. She and Don have been working together to put this sneak peek together for us. So it's a lot of coordination. We spent a lot of hours in the last couple of weeks doing this. And Dr. Nicholas is here from the superintendent, and we have our director of special education, a couple of our clerical staff here. So thanks for coming. This is a great place to remind you that this is an active construction site. So please keep following me and don't enter any areas that you shouldn't, because you could get hurt. This is our administration building. To my left and your right is the administrative offices. We won't be going in there today. In this area will be a curved desk that follows all the way along this curved wall with a curved soffit on the ceiling that will look really visually appealing. Some sitting areas in this lobby area, and again, administrative offices on the bottom floor this way, classrooms on the bottom floor this way. All upstairs on both sides are classrooms. And this is a bridge that goes across the second floor. That opening you see will be a window, and we're hoping that on the window we get our nice logo emblazoned right on that. So when people enter our building, it's a nice open airy feel with a lot of, very welcoming area, announcements going on a big screen TV and all that kind of stuff. So this is administration entryway. We're going to move on to a classroom and down the hallway. This is a typical classroom. They're all about the same size. Some of them are a little bit bigger, some of them a little bit smaller. Couple of fun things about these rooms. At the front of the classroom will be a nice big whiteboard. And if any of you have ever seen a smartboard before, smartboards are old and they're out. What we're having in our building is called interactive LCD projectors that basically do the same thing as a smartboard without having to put in that board that you can't write on. It's a projector that sits about this far away from the wall, projects onto the whiteboard, and when you touch the whiteboard, it interacts with your finger. It's really cool. We're working on a one-to-one Chromebook initiative, one Chromebook for every student that they not just leave at school, but they take home with them every day. A lot of their curriculum will be hosted on a learning management system online, and when they come to class, it's a modular environment. The furniture that we're purchasing is nestable furniture, so that it can be pushed up against a wall, and the room can be used for Socratic seminars. It can be used for anything really. Movable furniture, plenty of storage space for teachers, and just a great environment for students. And as you'll notice, even though it's very windy and cold outside and there's not even heating and air conditioning yet, it's a very insulated building, very quiet building. And even though there is an upstairs, it's built like a business building, so you're not going to hear the traffic going on upstairs. Maybe during passing periods, but. Okay, so let's move on. One of the safety features of our campus includes a keyless entry system that has card access, and we're able to control the doors in a way that if there were a lockdown situation, from the main office we can push a button and lock every door all at the same time. There are electronic doors that are controlled through our network. Likewise, in the morning, our custodians won't have to run out unlocking doors all morning. They just push the button in the morning and the entire campus unlocks itself. So those are some really cool features. We like to stop in this area and point out a couple of things. If you look behind you, this is pretty much almost completed facade of our main building, and this is what pretty much, except for the flashing that you see that'll be covered up and the roof that's not on over there, this is what the sides of our buildings are going to look like. Visually appealing. We've got a nice little porch underneath there, walkway that kids can be in. Behind me is the multi-purpose room where we're going to be going in. You notice there's a very large covered eating area that will be filled with tables and benches. And directly behind you over here on my right, this is going to be the theater. Something that we intentionally, not just the theater, band room, choir room, dance studio. Something that we intentionally designed when we started the school is, I mentioned on the other side of this building is the library, on this side is the theater, and they're all very tall buildings. We purposefully did that for Mountain House because when the wind gets blowing, these two-story buildings are going to create a block. So while it will still be windy, it will cut some of that wind down. So we're going to move on into the multi-purpose room in the cafeteria. This is our multi-purpose room in our cafeteria. To my right is behind the wall here is our industrial kitchen area and refrigerators and all that. In front of this wall will be serving areas right before the little step down. Kids, this is a double load cafeteria. Kids it's identical on both sides, can come in. There will be 3 stations with different types of food. They can pick up what kind of food they want. They come out here to the registers, pay for their food, eat in here, eat in the outside eating area. There's a small stage area for small performances or speakers or things like that. The area, I think, holds a little over 400 students in just a seating capacity. With tables, it's a little bit less than that, but it'll be tables and chairs. One real cool thing is that as we walk through, you'll notice on your left-hand side a large room. That's a staff eating area, but it will also double as a classroom for our culinary arts program. It'll have the short throw projector in there and a whiteboard for the teacher to use, and then they'll be able to use our industrial kitchen area for that culinary arts program. So kind of cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So this is one of my favorite rooms on campus because I'm a pretty big guy and I like to feel small, and this room makes me feel really small. I'm not even a sports person really. I love sports, but I never grew up being a sports person. I was a music person. I'm sure the theater would, if it was being built, would be my favorite building. But right now, this is my favorite building. And the reason is because, I want to get my facts right here. This building is the gym, obviously. Here we are. So this building will hold 2,718 people in our bleachers. I was telling people 21, but it's 27. I did not know that. In the bleachers, yeah. There's going to be 10 basketball backstops in this room alone. And as we move through to the small gym, there's 6 backstops in there and room for 700 people in the bleachers, which is pretty big. That's our wrestling, you usually call it a wrestling gym or a small gym. It's going to be a great place to come and watch basketball and volleyball and all the sports, maybe badminton if we field those teams. So it'll be a lot of fun to be in this room. I know a lot of schools don't open with their gyms, and I'm glad that we are opening with ours. So I'll point a couple other things out to you as we go. As we go through this area right here, you're going to be entering our lobby area. which is quite a large area. It's kind of fun because it's a place to showcase trophies and welcome people to our athletic events and intimidate them with the size of our facility. Nice big open lobby area. Big, huge plate glass windows on this side. Ticket booth outside. Little snack bar, I think that's what this is. I can't remember. Yes?
So where do the trophy cases go?
On this wall over here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's these indentations.
Yeah.
You see there's cases.
Cases that go in there. Yeah.
Right.
So plenty of room for trophies. We can always put another case over here on this wall that's freestanding because we'll have lots. So let's go through to the small gym. You'll see the size of this. You'll notice as you walk in on your right-hand side, these are the public bathrooms for the gym area. Obviously there will be a wall there, but the rest of this room is your small gym, wrestling gym. We're not going to go back in the area because it's too dark and not finished enough, but over in the back corner, over there, is your boys and girls locker rooms that have the main locker room plus a JV locker room for JV teams and a varsity locker room for varsity teams and a training facility for an athletic trainer to go in, a whirlpool, an ice bath, all that kind of stuff. Straight through this way, you'll notice there's a little pass through in between this room and the next one over there. On the other side is the wrestling room. In between is where you were going to store our wrestling mats, which is great. Most schools who have wrestling programs have a really hard time getting their mats into their gyms because they got to go around corners and down a hill or whatever. Ours is straight pass through. Really cool. And again, 700 people can fit in this gym, which is plenty for wrestling contests. So we have one more spot and it's outside, so get ready to get cold. The other thing, there's a weight room in here as well. On the other side of the wrestling room is a separate weight room. So walking through this way. This is our last stop for the tour. It'll be another point of pride for our school. This is the stadium. It's obviously not done yet, but you'll see that they've graded the track around and you can see where the football field is going to be. It'll be turf field, all-weather track. Behind the field you see the firehouse, and that street over there that is now called Mascot will very soon be changed to Mustang Way.
Not doing that today?
They're not doing that today. We tried. I think that they voted on it already and it got passed, but they don't have the signs ready. That would have been a great thing to do. So the bleachers here hold 2,200 people on the home side and 500 on the visitor side.
Wow.
That's all you get.
Yeah, football, track and field, soccer will be played here. There will be lights on our field, a nice system for all the neighbors to hear. I live right across the street, so Celeste and I will be able to sit in our house and listen. Yeah, everyone will be here. So there's also just an interesting fact about the campus is that there's a battery backup system if the power goes out to keep the safe egress lights out, like all your parking lights and emergency lights up. So there is a power backup system. And at this point, this is the end of our tour.
Oh wait, can
Yes.
you talk about phase 3 and where the pool will go?
Oh yes, I can. That's a good thing. Pool will be right here. See, that building right there is like a electric and physical plant kind of stuff and some field storage. Right on the other side of that building will be a pool house and the pool right there. And that's phase 3. Also down next to the softball fields and tennis courts.
That's phase 3 also?
Well, yes, it's all phase 3. And that was the library and the theater that you saw that I pointed out are also phase 3. And a couple of other small buildings like the snack shack for the stadium is in phase 3. And another field storage on the other side. So
The girder building classroom.
yes, and so it'll be done in December. Yeah,
How about the field for football and all? Will those
this will be
done
done when
in
school
time?
opens. All of the facilities.
Say it one more time for those people who are still
All
saying
of the
it.
football and athletic fields will be ready for fall
Thank you.
before we open. Yes. So you do have an opportunity to buy some spirit wear if you'd like.
Woohoo!
It's the first spirit wear that we're offering, and there's not a whole lot of it. So if you want to buy some, please do so. And if you have other questions, please let me know. Otherwise, you can go back to your cars and make your way out.
And what's the price on this?